Hello, crafty friends, and welcome to Flosstube. Today is July 10th. This is round two. This is round two of me trying to record this Flosstube. I don't know what happened with the sound yesterday. Maybe I had too many things running in the background, but there were huge chunks of sound that got really, really messed up. And I tried in editing to get that fixed, but there was just too much happening, and there was no way for me to edit out the parts where the sound was messed up without completely losing the content of the video. So, so we're trying again today. Hopefully, fingers crossed. A part of me is like, maybe I should record this in like small chunks and put it all together, because I'm desperately afraid that the sound is going to get messed up and I will have spent another hour recording only to find out that I have to re-record everything. So anyway, hi, how are you? Welcome to the new folks. My name is Jessie. My pronouns are they and she, and I am a queer and non-binary crafty person and small business owner. I do mostly cross-stitching and knitting, and I have an online needlework shop. Essentially, I hand dye my own fabrics, and I put those for sale generally once a month or so. I have a special shop announcement today. I'm very excited to share. Some of you already know this. Some of you already know the announcement. But yeah, I have something very special I'll be announcing related to shop stuff later today. But yeah, so I do hand-dyed fabrics. I sell cross-stitch charts, and other cross-stitching and needlework accessories. So that's the small version. That's the really small version. So I'm going to try to remember everything I said yesterday. I said a lot of things. Um, it was a shorter than average video. However, I talked a lot, and now I don't remember everything I said. So we're gonna do the best we can. So it's been really, really busy, and it's been a minute since I posted a Flosstube. I think we're right at a month since my last Flosstube, and that seems to be what's happening with Flosstube these days, which is not my favorite thing ever, but it is what it is. I've realized lately that I basically have like 3 or 4 full-time jobs that I'm trying to keep up with at any given time, so it's hard. It's hard to maintain it all. Because in addition to a day job that pays the bills, I'm also a small business owner. As I said, I have an online Stitchy shop and am doing hand-dyed fabrics, so that's a lot right there. And then I also am trying to produce content in various capacities here on YouTube and also on Twitch. So I'm doing a lot of stuff, and it's been very, very busy, partly because of my secret project that I'll be announcing later, but also just we're coming up to the end of the fiscal year here with my day job, which means lots of extra work to make sure everything is wrapped up for all of our data and all of our statistics and things like that, and then getting things set up to move into the new fiscal year. So plus there's been a few things coming down the pike, unexpected things that we're having to deal with. So it's been busy. It's been very busy. And I have been in a number of times at my wit's end trying to keep up with everything. I'm doing the best I can. I'm doing better than I have in the past. I'm not like having breakdowns and things like that, but it is a pretty consistent level of busy and stress, and so that's why Flosstube has not been happening as frequently as I might like. But we're doing the best we can. So, but because I've been so busy, I don't have a ton of stitching to show you. I have a little bit of stitching that I'll show you. And I have lots of other things that I'll be sharing with you today because it has been a minute. So, shall we get into it? I feel like I had more of a lead in before, but I don't remember everything else. So let's just get into it. So first, I have a couple pieces of stitchy kindness and fun stitchy things that other people sent me. So we'll talk about that. First and foremost, Michelle over at Bendy Stitchy Designs, your friend and mine, she coordinated a stitchy swap. It was the hashtag Great Twitch burb migration. Super fun. So I did participate in that. Oh, I didn't notice this before. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Okay, so so my swap partner. So the whole point was you stitch a bird and you send it to your swap partner, and somehow I missed the fact. So my swap partner sent me this super cute little print. I don't recall having seen this before, so Jen, thank you. I don't remember the yarn accord, but look how cute she is. Oh my gosh. She's so cute. Okay. I don't remember seeing that before. I don't know how I missed that. So anyway, you were supposed to stitch a burb, stitch any kind of burb, and then send it to your swap partner. So my partner was Jen, who goes by the Curly Stitcher on Instagram and other places. So Jen sent me this stitch. Look at that. Look at that. Patriarchy is an abomination. It absolutely is. So you could make your burb snarky if you wanted to. You could make it an angry burb. So this is super awesome. Patriarchy is an abomination. I love it. I'd intended to do something a little more snarky on the one that I sent my partner, but I really ran out of time, like really ran out of time. So she just got a super tiny stitch, and I didn't download a picture of it, so I don't have a picture of it to show you, but I did a super tiny peacock stitch I had gotten from a book that I purchased recently that is cross-stitch charts from Art Nouveau designers. And so I thought that would be the perfect thing to send to Kaylee, who is Kaylee Cross Stitch, who is my stitch partner. So I sent that to her. It like the entire finished motif was less than an inch by an inch. It was super tiny, super tiny. I stitched it 1/1 on 40 count fabric. And let's see, Jen also sent me a very sweet card with things in it. I don't need to reread it right now, but for some reason I'm determined to. Okay, so I'm not going to reread it right now. But this was the card. This was another card that came. So it's a little kitty sitting at the table, because everybody who follows me for any length of time knows that I'm all about the cats. And Jen also sent me whatever you call these. My brain words have escaped my brain. Label that has all the info about the chart that she stitched for me, so that's super awesome, or the burb that she stitched. And she also included, because we were asked to include, if we chose to, some flosses or a floss, you know, whatever we wanted to share. So these are the flosses that Jen sent. This is actually more purple than it seems. It's seeming very like royal blue, but it's actually more purple. And then it's variegated Leo and Roxy. And Jen sent me a bunch of her own design of floss drops. Words are hard for me today. And then they have her info on the back, which is super cool. So thank you, Jen. I appreciate it. I'm sorry it took me so long to say something about it somewhere. But I know I thanked you on Twitch, like right after I had received it. So I know you knew. Sorry, I dropped the floss. I know that you knew that I knew. So yeah, I thanked Jen on Twitch shortly after I had received it. So I know that Jen knew that I had received it. But yes, thank you. I really appreciate it. It's super awesome. What is this? Oh, okay, that's a different thing. I'm getting my things mixed up. Let me get this back in the protective envelope. So since this is a small stitch, this little burb, or these burbs, I'm gonna put them in my Stitchy journal when I get around to making some finishes in my Stitchy journal. Let me put this over here. So yes, that was super awesome. Keely mentioned that she had received hers and that she enjoyed her teeny tiny bird. Sorry, my eyes are itchy. But yeah, so that was super fun. I believe we're going to do that again next year, or maybe again in February. I think Michelle has already talked about coordinating another one, so I'm super down. I'm going to pay better attention to timing on the next one. May, June, and July is starting to look like this too, but specifically May and June were significantly busier than I had anticipated, because I did not consider the confluence of different things that I was doing and how that was going to just make life impossible. Some other stitchy kindness that I got, friend Danielle sent me a super cute needle minder. It came with some stickers and things too. So she sent this super cute card. There are only two kinds of people in this world. I'm not going to show you the inside. Cat people and idiots. So she sent me the card, and she had seen these on Etsy, I think, or maybe on Patreon. So Shell Crafts, CHEL Crafts, on Patreon was doing these super cute pride themed needle minders. It's a little kitty with a bi pride hat. It's so cute. So Danielle said she thought of me and decided that she wanted to send me one, which was super cute. Super cute. I love it. And so there are also these stickers that came with it. There's this like little rainbow hot dog. And I don't know, these are just some cute little characters. They look like gelatin characters or something like that. So little stickers that came with it. So that was super fun. And I really appreciate that, Danielle. It's super cute. I can't wait to put this on a project. Oh yeah, and that's more information about the sticker club. So yeah, if you're interested in finding out more about Shell Crafts, definitely put a pause on that screen earlier. Rewind a little bit, put a pause on that screen so you can see how to get a hold of Shell Crafts. So that was some happy mail from Danielle. That was very, very sweet. And then also Rachel sent me some happy mail. Rachel of Rachel Ray Craft. And this was a lot of happy mail. So first of all, this is a beautiful card that she sent me. Anybody who's been following for any length of time, you know that swans are a particular favorite of mine because my mom loves swans. So this card is particularly beautiful. I can't wait to put this into my Stitchy journal. Also, that's right, this piece of fabric, because I'm like, oh, Rachel sent me some fabric. But it actually says, open me. It says open me. And when I opened it, I discovered that it says, it's you I like. So it was like, oh, yay. So Rachel sent me, and it's you I like. I also recently received one of these from my friend Marianne. And I don't think I didn't download that picture either. It's on my Instagram. So yeah, you can check that out on Instagram. It's super cute. The one Marianne did was was in rainbow floss on paper on a card. So I'm gonna put both of these in my Stitchy journal as well, along with this card that Rachel sent. It's super cute, super sweet. Rachel had been planning on sending me a package since like winter time. And was finally able to get that in the mail to me, and I got it a couple weeks ago. So it was super sweet. She also sent back the Bent Creek, this is called the Bugs, so it's the humbug. So there's this whole idea of the traveling humbug, hashtag traveling humbug, or hashtag traveling humbug Sal. I'll have to look it up. But Rachel has stitched this and sent it back to me, so now I can send it to somebody else. I hadn't planned for this, but this is the traveling humbug. So if you would like to stitch the traveling humbug, make sure in the comments somewhere say humbug, and I'll draw somebody next time I do a Flosstube, and I'll ship this out to you. The idea is that you can do one of two things. So you should stitch this and you should send it on. Whether sending it on is sending it back to me so that I can find somebody to send it on to, or whether you just put out a call on your Instagram, your Flosstube, whatever, and send it on that way. But it should be sent on. It's not supposed to stop with you. It needs to move on. And like I said, if you need to send it back to me, or if you want me to do the to figure out who to send it to, just let me know. I'll work that out with you. If you want to hold on to it and ship it yourself, or if you want to ship it back to me and I'll ship it out, either way. But if you're interested in joining the traveling humbug, just say humbug somewhere in a comment, and I will pick somebody new. I think one of these also went out to, her name is escaping me, but Sea Dragon's Lair, I think is her screen name. And I know she sent it forward from when she stitched it. So. But now is your chance to get a traveling humbug. So Rachel sent that back to me. Rachel also sent, because I mentioned at one point that I desperately wanted to stitch this. So this is hands-on design. This is a waffle lot. Rachel had gotten this in a box, and I was like, oh, I want it, I want it. Because I think she decided she didn't want to stitch it or whatever. And so I was like, oh, please, 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 I would like it. So yes, a waffle lot. And she sent this gorgeous pink fabric that I can stitch that on if I would like. This is a 40 count Newcastle from the Crafty Kitten. And it's a gorgeous pink. It's washing out just a little bit. But it's a really gorgeous pink that I think would go fantastically with Waffle Lot. And last but not least, look at this. So it's hard to tell, but this is a Gilmore Girls themed book sleeve. This is from Books Art Liberty. I'm not familiar with that company, but it's nice to know that there are multiple companies doing book sleeves, because I don't purchase from the other company that does book sleeves that I'm aware of. The other company I am aware of, I should say. I don't purchase from them anymore. But look how cute it is. It's so cute. It's so cute. And it has a little flappy thing that you put over the button to hold your book in, but you can also use it for like for stitchy things. So that's how Rachel sent me all the things, is she put them all together and then put them right down into the book sleeve, like so. And then they're safe and sound. And it's awesome. Yeah, so that was very, very sweet. In fact, I keep all of these. I'm trying to keep all of the things together. Which is why I don't have Marianne's It's You I Like out, is because I think I've put it somewhere where it will be safe. Which means it's probably in a cabinet over here, and I didn't have the time to look for it. But I put it somewhere where it'll be safe, so it's safe. Maybe I will find where I put it soon. I may have actually tucked it into my Stitchy journal. I didn't actually check that, so that could be a thing too. This is the problem, is I put things away so they'll be safe, and then I never see them again. So let's see what else. So I haven't done a ton of stitching, but I have done a little bit of stitching. So let's talk about a little bit of stitching that I did. As I said, I did a teeny tiny little bird for Kaylee Cross Stitch for the Great Twitch Burb Migration, and I also did where did it go? I also had a new start since last Flosstube. So and actually, before I get into this, let's talk about something that I'll be continuing to do through the rest of the summer. So most people think of Pride Month as being just June. I think of Pride as being something that we talk about and think about and learn about all year long. Pride doesn't stop, because 2S LGBTQIA plus people don't stop existing just because it stops being June. So for me, it's important to remember that Pride happens all year long. This year specifically, I'm kind of doing Pride-based things throughout the summer. So it's, Summer of Pride, or whatever you want to call it. Hashtag summer, prideful summer forever. I don't know. Anyway, we're doing Pride things all summer long because that's how we do. And part of that is, let me find the thing. Ha 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 ha. So D of D's 20 Stitches did host, is continuing to host, has hosted Stitch for Pride 2022, which is a challenge that involved, or does involve 30 daily prompts, learning about 2S LGBTQIA people and events and important topics and things like that. Fantastic wealth of knowledge if you are in any way feeling like you need to step up your game when it comes to knowing about the 2S LGBTQIA plus community, or about people in your life who identify under that umbrella, then this is a great way to have sort of a crash course in important events that have shaped the community, important people that have made massive contributions, learning a little bit about some terms and different identities and things like that. This is a perfect primer to just kind of get you all in there so that you can learn a little bit more about what it all is other than, gay and lesbian people. So this started in June, was June 1st through June 30th. Daily prompts with learning that also came with some stitching prompts to do after you had done the learning. I didn't get to keep up with it the way that I wanted to, so I'm going to be continuing to do this. I had hoped to restart on July 1st, and that didn't work, but I'll be jumping in at some point. I'll be jumping in at some point. I'm just going to go for it. I have to get past that part of my brain that's like I have to do the things on the day that they're supposed to. Yeah, I have to get past that part of my brain. So that's the difficulty for me now. This is a little blurb about the stitch for, there we go, directions. So this is a little blurb about the whole Stitch for Pride challenge. We'll feature 30 learning prompts from the community alongside 30 stitching prompts. Each day you'll be asked to take a small amount of time to read, watch, or research a different event, person, or milestone in our community. After completing the learning section, you can take on the stitching prompt. So I don't believe that Dee's planning on taking down that the Google sheet that is linked in their video about Stitch for Pride 2020. I'll try to make sure that I link down to that video. I think I have linked to it recently, so it probably will stay down there. But there's a whole video where Dee discusses it, and I'm pretty sure that the Google Forms that are connected to that will stay live for the foreseeable future. So if you're like me and you just didn't have time in June, or if you just didn't even know about it in June, it's never too late. It's never too late to learn. It's never too late to celebrate Pride. So I don't know why I do this two thumb thing. Anyway. So that is the basis. That is the basis that was sort of the reason that I started this new stitch. So one of the prompts was to stitch on. There we go. trying to get all the things here. Okay, maybe if I just kind of fold this, that'll. Okay, it's a little bit better. Okay, and I can hold it to the light, sort of, kind of. So one of the prompts was to stitch on something that had words that are meaningful for you. So this is actually a chart from Parkhopper Bart, "To Thine Own Self Be True," which is a Shakespeare quote. And he posted it as a free gift chart, as a free chart. You can get it for free off of his Instagram, is what I'm trying to say. He was giving it away on his Instagram. And I saw it, and I've always had sort of a connection to that quote, to that idea, "To thine own self be true." And I decided to make it gay, because because it's Pride, and why not? So I decided to make it queer. So I have stitched the letters in rainbow floss. This is a Silks For You rainbow that I use for everything because I have a giant hank of it and I love it. And it's going to have this wreath with some flowers around it, and I'm going to be stitching those flowers in trans Pride colors. So for me, it's recognition of the fact that I am queer, that I'm non-binary, trans non-binary. So yeah, to thine own self be true. Boom, all in one thing. What I might do, because I've been thinking about it more, is I might actually do half the flowers in the trans Pride colors and then maybe the other half in the non-binary colors. I might do that. That could be a thing. Because I've been thinking about it, the more I talk about this, the more I think about I need some non-binary as well as trans in there. But I think that's going to be... But that's how it's going to be. So I'm very close to finishing it. I started this while I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago. That's what I didn't talk about, was vacation. But yeah, I started this while I was on vacation a couple of weeks ago and just haven't gotten a chance to finish it yet. This is a 40 count Newcastle linen in the color anthracite. This is from Zweigart, I think. So yeah, so that's some stitching that I did. And I also, the rest of the stitching I have to show you, I just did yesterday. So the reason I have it to show you is because the video didn't work yesterday. I am praying that the sound works on the video today. In fact, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause and restart. Or maybe I shouldn't. I don't know. I don't know what made it not do correctly yesterday. We're just moving forward. We're gonna go. So let me show you some more pictures. So another thing that has been on my back burner for far too long was the Cursed Anchor sampler. So this is something that, again, Dee of Dee's 20 Stitches put together. They had purchased this black anchor floss thinking that it was going to be a good black alternative to DMC. I think Anchor is maybe less expensive. And so they were going to use that, and they started using this floss and found out that it was awful. It was disgusting and they hated it. And so in order to get rid of this floss, Dee has put together this sampler, or really has put together this list of folks who will stitch on this sampler, because these designs are all completely determined by the person who received the sampler. So as you can see in this picture, this is what it looked like when I received it. So there's already several motifs on there. I think that's representative of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different folks. 8 including Dee, who stitched that middle motif that says cursed February 2022. And Dee will stitch the whatever the end date is when we run out of floss. So each person receives it, stitches around 100 stitches, a motif of around 100 stitches, and then ships it off to the next person, who will be cursed until they get it finished, until they stitch their motif and send it on to the next person. So I received this, and I've been anxiously trying to figure out what kind of motif to stitch. It took me a while, and also just busy. I didn't have any time to stitch. So that's what it looked like to start with. And then here's what it looks like when I finished it. So I stitched the little curly Q kind of motif. It was meant to be a much larger motif. When I designed it, I did not realize just how many stitches I was putting into it. So the motif is actually about 4 times that large, but Dee had asked that we limit it to around 100 stitches so that we could send it off to as many people as possible to get them to stitch on it. So this is the portion of the design that was only around 100 stitches. I may be releasing the full design as a freebie soon. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to do that or not. But yeah, so there's my little design, and I've got a closer picture. I have it all wrapped up, ready to go out to the next person. So that's why you're seeing these pictures instead of the actual thing. So here is a closer view of my particular design. So this, like I said, it's part of a larger design that I may put together and share later. But yeah, so I have stitched my stitches. I've got it packed up and ready to go. It's gonna go out to the next person tomorrow, which is very exciting. So it's been fun to be part of this. I do apologize to everybody who's been waiting on the list to get your hands on it. I apologize that I have had it in my possession for so long. It's been a few weeks, hasn't it? But yeah, it's been a month. It's a couple months. It's been however long it's been. It's been some time. And it's funny because when I posted about this on Instagram, I joked that maybe that's why things have been so busy, is because this thing has been in my possession for far longer than it should have been. But it is about to be out of my possession, so hopefully very soon things will calm down in a good way. Like, I don't want them to calm down in a bad way. So yeah, so that's something that I just finished that yesterday, like literally just finished. Another thing that I have been working on, or that I just worked on yesterday, I brought this up. I don't remember if it was last Flosstube or if it's been a couple of Flosstubes, but this is Long Dog Samplers The Pilgrim. This was gifted to me by Michelle over at Stitchy, because she decided that she was not feeling it anymore, and I said, may I please stitch that for you? Or may I please stitch that? I would love to have that to stitch, one way or another. And so Michelle very graciously gifted it to me along with all of the threads. I forget what this is called. Autumn Spice. The thread is it's a color and cotton. I want to say it's called Autumn Spice or something similar. So it doesn't, you can't tell much. I've put about 200 stitches in here, but you can't really tell. When I put this into Pattern Keeper, Michelle sent she sent the paper version of the chart, but I really do better in Pattern Keeper. So I bought the Pattern Keeper version and put all her stitches in there. She had already stitched about 3,500 stitches out of 56,000. So most of this is her work. I did stitch there's like 3 rows at the top of the little fox here. I stitched those. And then I also started the next motif over here. So that's what I've stitched. But that is the beginning of our Long Dog Sampler, which is forever and always going to be our Long Dog Sampler, mine and Michelle's. because she started it. I plan on finishing it. And so it's ours. It's a thing that we share, and it makes me very happy. And that's part of the reason that there's a little Grogu needle minder there. I got that from Fangirl Fibers, but it's also because this is a piece that Michelle gifted to me, and the little Grogu needle minder reminds me of Michelle. So yeah, so I put in some work. I'm hoping to do some more on that today. I'm thinking about doing a 25/7 thing. It's part of the reason that I have it on the wooden frame, is because I tend not to move things in and out of this frame terribly often. My Lowry stand is a little bit easier and user-friendly to pull things in and out, but it also is less user-friendly for frames anyway, for Q snaps. So so I might leave it in this frame and maybe do a 25/7 with it. We'll see. I'm not good with the everyday things. The everyday things are hard for me. But we'll see. We'll see. So I'm very excited to finally have put some stitches on that. I can't wait. And I'm also super excited because yesterday, and this is a 40 count fabric, so it's over 2 on 40 count. And there's cat hair on it already. But I was super excited because the glasses that you see, actually I wasn't wearing these, I was wearing a different pair last night, but I have 2 new pairs of progressive lenses, and I was actually able to stitch on 40 count fabric without putting on my readers, because I was using my new progressive lenses and I could actually see the holes in the fabric. Now that being said, I probably should get a magnifier just so that I don't have to like strain so much. I wasn't straining, but like it would have been easier if I had some magnification, and my readers do have a little bit of magnification, so it helps. But yeah, I was super excited to not have to switch out glasses and still be able to stitch, so that was very exciting. So yeah, that's that. Let's see, I feel like I'm talking very, very fast, and I think it's because I am paranoid that something's happening with the sound, but I won't know until I finish recording. What else? Okay. So I did go on vacation back at the middle of June, I think, was when that happened, and that was really nice. I had talked about it more in the previous version of this. I don't know if maybe I'll splice in some of that here, because I don't know what I said. It was nice to go on vacation and spend a little bit of time not being responsible for things, so that was really nice. And then in amongst all of the busyness and the workiness and all the things that are happening, I did get a chance to go away with a couple of friends of mine, just for the weekend over last weekend. We went to Charlottesville and did a super fun wine tour that I've talked a lot about in other places. I also shared quite a few Instagram stories. It was a little wild, but it was fun. It was a good time, and I'm hoping that we'll get to do that again for Adam's birthday in October. So stay tuned for more wackiness. Let's see what else is going on. So probably I should just get to the big announcement, right? I'm looking around. Those of you who've been here for a minute, I keep saying those of you who've been here for a while, mostly because I'm introducing the new folks to the wackiness that is me. So if you're new here, I tend to look around trying to make sure that I've said all the things I intended to say. Sometimes I actually have my planner in front of me and I've written notes out about what I wanted to talk about. Sometimes I just have things to remind me to say stuff. And I think I'm looking around. I don't see anything that I haven't talked about already. So let's talk about the big news, the elephant in the room, the big announcement, the big shop announcement. So it's not really a secret anymore, but I haven't made like an official announcement outside of Patreon and outside of my email newsletter. So if you're a patron, if you're an email newsletter subscriber on the website, or if you've already watched Michelle Bendy's, if you've watched Bendy Stitchy's latest Flosstube video, you already know this. But if you have not seen any of those things, let me tell you, I've been working on a pretty big thing, which is very exciting and a little bit terrifying. I've been working on a really big thing for at least all of this year, if not some of last year. I can't remember when I actually started planning this, but I know that I've been working on it for months. I have decided to put together a mystery cross-stitch box. I decided to do a thing. And I'm super excited. I've had a lot of support. There's been a lot of positive excitement, a lot of positive energy and excitement and that kind of stuff surrounding the announcements I've done so far. But yes, I've decided to do a mystery cross stitch box. It is, let me put up the image. Boom. Boom. So the February 2023 bird box is coming. I've decided to do a thing, and I'm very, very excited about it. I'm very excited to share it with you. So it is currently available for folks who are already connected on my Patreon. If you become a patron between now and next Friday, you can get early access as well. But this will go live on Friday, July 15th for the general public on the website www.mislaidpages.com. There's a link in the description for the website. So this is coming. It's coming. It's coming. So this is a box that will actually ship in January. And the purpose of shipping it in January is so that you will hopefully have it well in time for you to open it on February 1st and do all your February stitching. Or at least include the box in your February stitching. So this box, pardon, hiccups now. So this box it's not a countdown per se, because it won't have numbered packages or anything like that, but everything that you receive in it will be packaged separately, so you can open it one at a time. Or if you prefer, and you're one of those folks and you just want to rip into it all at one time, you can do that too. It's completely up to you, but it's not designed as a countdown box. It will have lots of different little things for you to open and enjoy. It's a completely stitchy thing related box. So it's not going to have lifestyle stuff. It's going to have all things that are meant to set you up to stitch the things that come in this box, as well as whatever stitching you want to use it for. So what will you get in the box? Well, it's a mystery, so I'm not going to tell you all the things. No spoilers. But what I will tell you is there are a few things you can expect. So first of all, the box will come in two sizes, two varieties. There's the fully fledged box, which is the sort of deluxe large version, and there is the hatchling box, which is the smaller, more budget friendly version. In both boxes, regardless of what type of box you pick, you will get 3 brand new exclusive charts designed specifically for February. One of those charts is going to be designed by Michelle, Bendy Stitchy Designs. One of those charts is designed by Dee and Kari, Dee's 20 Stitches and Uncanny Kari, and the third design will be designed by me. The third chart is coming from me. So it'll be my first time doing something on this level with designing, and I'm excited and nervous. I'm nerve-sided, as they say. But yeah, so you'll get 3 exclusive charts, printed charts for the box. Each of those charts, let's see, for both, so you'll get the 3 printed charts, and you'll also get lots of stitchy goodies that will get you all set up to stitch those charts right away if you so choose. So what's the difference between the fully fledged and the hatchling box? Here's the difference. So in the fully fledged box, in addition to the 3 charts and all the stitchy goodies, you will get 3 pieces of fabric that have been hand dyed by me in colorways that I have developed specifically for this box, for this theme, for this. They will not be available in any other venue. I won't be selling them generally on the website. They're only for this box. This. Okay, y'all. this. Why are directions so hard? So yeah, 3 pieces of fabric designed specifically, or dyed and developed specifically for this box. At the time of this filming, there are, let's see, I'm trying to remember how many boxes. I can't remember the specific box. Okay, so you'll get your choice of fabric, and probably your choices are going to be 16 count Aida, 32 count linen, or 32 count Lugana. At the time of filming, which is what I was getting ready to say, at the time of filming, there are still a few 40 count linen boxes as well. I had 18 count Aida boxes available because I knew a specific couple of patrons were interested in 18 count versus 16 count Aida. So I did set up a few boxes just for them, and I think those are sold out at this point. But there are a few 40 count boxes, so if you're really quick on the draw, or if you jump on Patreon before Friday, you can claim those. But yeah, these will be limited. So you're gonna want to jump on it. Once they sell out, they're sold out. But yeah, so you'll get the 3 charts, you'll get all the Stitchy goodies, you'll get 3 pieces of your choice of fabric that's been hand dyed for this box. Those will be fat 8 sizes. And each piece of fabric goes with a specific chart. Each chart will have been designed with a specific piece of fabric in mind. You'll also get 8 skeins of Dinky Dye silks in colors that have been chosen specifically for this box and this theme. So all of it is coordinated, and those are the colors that are used in the designs that are for the box. So the big box gets you the charts, the fabric, the silks, and all the other Stitchy goodies. The hatchling box, you get the charts, you get the DMC equivalents of the Dinky Dyes that have been selected, but there is no fabric included. So that's a bring your own fabric kind of thing, but you do get all the other Stitchy goodies. So those are that's the difference. And as I said, these are limited. I'm only one human being, and a significant portion of the things in the box are coming from me, are being produced by or designed by me. So I have a limit. I have a limit, and especially the fabric boxes. I might potentially be able to add hatchling boxes if those go out very quickly, but the fully fledged boxes, pretty much what I have committed to is what I'm able to commit to. So if you have got to get in on this, you may want to consider getting on Patreon before Friday. At the moment, there's still a good number of boxes. I will say that. At the moment, there's still a good number of boxes, but I don't know how, I don't know reasonably how quickly these will sell out. We'll see. I've had a very good response from patrons so far. I've had a pretty fun response from folks that have seen information about this on Michelle's Flosstube and already jumped onto Patreon. So just FYI. But yeah, so these will go on sale to the general public on July 15th at 8 a.m. Eastern. And yeah, so the price points will be on the website and all that sort of stuff. If you're on my newsletter, if you're on the website newsletter, I will be sending out a direct link to the listing designed to get to you by 8 a.m. I can't promise it will be there by 8 a.m. because email, you know how that works. But I'm setting up an email to go out at 8 a.m. on, or maybe just before 8 a.m. on Friday, so that you'll get a direct link to jump right over there and purchase if you're concerned that you might lose out on the box. So that's what it is. And also the designs are going to be smallish designs. They're going to be smalls, essentially. So each design is intended to be stitched on that 1/8 piece of fabric that you're receiving for that design. So basically the box that you receive, whether you get the big box or the small box, with the exception of fabric, it should have everything you need to get started right away on your February stitching on February 1st. So I'm very excited to share this with you. I have a lot of great things coming in this box. A lot of thought and love and hard work has gone into it already. So I hope y'all will love it as much as I am loving it so far. So yeah, that's it. That's the box. That's the February box. And you know, depending on how this goes, you know, if folks really enjoy this, if it's something that they find they would like to see again, I would like to make this an annual thing. So you know, my hope is that potentially February boxes would become an annual thing, and then perhaps I would also do a changing theme box around August, to be opened in August, because I'm trying to make boxes that are sort of outside of the normal or the accepted holidays, because there are a lot of boxes that come out for Halloween and a lot of boxes that come out for winter. There aren't a lot of boxes for other things going on in the year, so I thought it'd be nice to have some other things to look forward to. So okay, well, I think that's pretty much it. I hope. I really hope. If you have any questions about the February box, feel free to ask in comments. You can also email me at misslaidpages@gmail.com. You can message me on Instagram, you know, whatever is easiest for you. I'm happy to answer questions. I'm not going to tell you what's specifically in the box. I will tell you it won't have any lifestyle items. So if you're concerned about getting things that you might not be able to use because they have scents or fragrances or their body products and you're allergic to things, don't worry about it. You're not going to get anything like that in these boxes. So hopefully nothing that would have any kind of allergens at all, because you're not getting anything that's meant to go in or on your body. So I know that's a concern for some folks. It's a concern for me sometimes too. So, but yeah, if you have any questions generally, then I'm happy to answer that. And okay, I'm just trying to think. I feel like I'm missing something big. I usually feel like I'm missing something big, and part of it is because I've already recorded this and I'm trying to re-record it and remember everything, and I just don't remember everything. Other general shop updates, since we're talking about the shop, there are not likely to be any fabrics for sale, any new fabrics for sale in July, just because time. So probably the next fabric release / pre-release, I always pre-release it to my Patreon. I always do a pre-release on Patreon first. So the pre-release is probably going to be around the beginning of August. I'm going to try to set it up so that you have time to get the boxes, and then you have time to get the fabric, and then, because towards the end of August is Expo, right? So trying to spread things out so that maybe your wallet can handle it. I don't know. Certainly there are never any hard feelings if your wallet can't handle it. There's a lot of stuff happening all the time. I get it. And I can't buy all the things that I want to buy either, so it's totally fine. But I'm trying to kind of pace things out so that you're not getting all inundated with all the things. So probably around the beginning of August will be the next fabric release, pre-release, and then towards the end of August, Needlework Expo is happening. So I'll be setting up pre-orders for as much of that as possible. And I'll probably do sort of an overview of the designs that I have ready for pre-order sometime close to when that weekend happens, assuming I can make the time to do that. I will do that, because I know that it's sometimes easier to be able to see all the new things in one place instead of having to look all over the place. So those are coming up, and I will try to do floss tubes more frequently. We'll see. Twitch has tended to be easier for me just because I can kind of jump on and do whatever, and it's all good. I have to plan out floss tube a little bit and edit it a little bit, and just a little bit more to do with floss tube, so it takes a little bit more. But hopefully I'll at least get to a bi-weekly schedule instead of a once-a-month schedule. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. Okay, let me wrap this up so that I can get it edited, so that I can get it posted, so that I can do some other things, because I have other things I have to get done today. I hope you're all having the best day, week, weekend, month that is available to you. I hope you're taking some time to take care of yourself. There are a lot of things going on, a lot of really upsetting, difficult things going on. Please make sure to take care of yourself. You cannot pour from an empty cup. So, and remember what I always say, make sure to stay hydrated, make sure to take all the meds that you need to take, and remember that you are enough. And I'll see you again soon. Bye.